So here's my issue with transporters. So this stemmed from, obviously I'm a Trekkie, and so the idea of transporters on the surface sounds cool. I was reading an article where I guess scientists have now actually transported like elementary amounts of particles from one point to another. So
several years.
Right. So it's what they are progressing to be able to transport certain things, and eventually you would think it would get to the point to where you can transport people. 1,000 years in the future, who knows? If somehow I reincarnate into a time frame that's actually a thing, I am not going through a transport. And here's why. Who is to say that the transporter is not killing you and just copying you on the other side? And here's the thing about that. Somebody could go through it, be transported, copied, come out on the other side and be like, your worries are unwarranted. Look, I'm standing here, I'm perfectly fine. But that's exactly what a copy would think. The original is dead. You go into the transporter black, and all of a sudden, a new you has emerged with all your memories.
Sure.
It has all your memories, so it thinks that it was a successful transport, when in reality, it's just a copy.
What if it's like multiplicity, and every time you do a transport, or you get transported somewhere, you get a little dumber?
That's an option.
Copy of a copy of a copy.
Too. But here's the thing: is you would never be able to prove or disprove it, because every copy would think that it was the original and that it was perfectly safe. Meanwhile, everybody who originally went through a transport is now dead. And you would think about it, there's no way to be able to prove that.
Sure. But what that also means is a transporter is creating life, right?
It's making copies. I don't know if you consider that creating life.
So is it true that if like a fly gets in as you're being transported, do you turn into the fly?
You do, but it's a slow transformation that results in horrible consequences.
Okay.
You get to melt people's faces off.
What if you're going, okay, honey, see you later. She goes, oh, wait, you forgot your, as you're being, her arm sticking out of your chest or something?
It definitely raises a whole host of concerns. You definitely wouldn't want a fly flying
to close the screen door first.
Like I would think that you wouldn't want this like giant portal that you just walk in, like you're just walking out the front door, you get your briefcase, you're leaving for the day. Yep, see, I'm going to go to work. Yeah, it's so awesome that I'm beating this traffic. Meanwhile, I'm killing myself and don't even realize it. Or a mouse goes in at the same time and you arrive at your destination and you're mouse man for the rest of the day.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
Making fun of you.
You say that like the briefcase, right? You get to work, you open it up, and it's just gibberish on all the pieces of paper.
You're the actual briefcase now.
You've got a briefcase sticking out of your chest. No, like you open it up and it's like the whatever the AI that's basically doing this copy doesn't get it perfect. It's just like, oh, there were words on here. Let's just put the Latin. Like when you know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Or you have. No, that's actually
that would be a good indicator that something's not right.
Because it's just going to see the matter of the paper. I mean, I guess it would see the matter of the ink as though
the AI just got lazy.
Ink. So what if it like jumbles just two words? So it's like, hey, instead of yes, we will buy the account for 1 billion. It's
billion one. Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, you pull up the original document, you see that it's switched.
Yeah, you're like, damn you transporters! I knew you were a terrible idea. Seriously though, don't ever go into a transporter. I'm telling you right now, they kill you and they copy you, and you heard it here first. And I know damn well you're going to go through it and you're going to be like, gee, I'm perfectly fine. No, you're not. You're dead. Your copy thinks that it's fine.
Or the government or some corporation that built the technology could have it to where when you're transported, it's changing memories and your perceptions of things and your political views to where you would vote or be more, more agreeable to their way of wanting to rule the world.
Wow.
What if it's doing copies, right? That's awesome. That's awesome. But like, what if because it's doing copies, there's some algorithm or something that somebody's programmed that is looking at, traits or whatever, and it starts copying people that they think are like, I don't know, not like master race type thing, but they're like copying. They take DNA from multiple people.
They could gene manipulation. Oh, we're good. I open up a whole new set of.
At that point, they already have a digital version of you, like everything to create you. They could off you and just create a different, copy of you that is working for them.
They could make a copy that they have actually brainwashed.
Yes.
You get to the office, you open the door.
Just create the brain the way they want.
Yeah, but here's a thought. So you're being so memories are just like electrical impulses, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would that work? How would you be able to transport and copy electrical?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm no scientist or anything. I'm sure some scientist somewhere.
But you're convinced that they kill you.
I'm sure. Oh, absolutely. No. I'm not convinced that. Well, I am convinced that they kill me, but here's the thing. The fact that you can't prove that you could never prove that it doesn't is what would keep me from doing it. Not that I 100% believe it would, but it's the fact that you cannot ever prove that it wouldn't. It couldn't. There's nothing that you could do to be able to prove it. Like I take a few minutes to think. Like, how could you ever prove that it wouldn't kill you? This is not a copy. Because you're disassembling the matter anyway and reassembling it.
No, I get what you're saying. There is no way. So
then that's my point. It's like
either you assume that you got killed and that you're a copy, or you just assume you got transported. Like, I mean, you either do it or you don't.
Well, I ain't doing it.
Okay.
I'm driving.
Okay.
So I'm taking the bus.
But what if you, like, let's say you get to the office and you open up your office door and there's you sitting there. And you're like, wait a minute.
Like, I'd just go back home and be like, well, I guess I'm taking the day off.
You're like, okay, you're the word version of me. I'm the version that's gonna stay at home and play video games.
Dude.
I hope there's a backup on the electrical system that's powering these, because that would suck. Like, he's dead. Why? Well, we had a little blackout,
No, I've watched enough Stargate to know that they're in the buffer. There's a buffer there, so they just hang out in the buffer, and there's like a certain amount of time until they have to repower before that energy in the buffer kind of dissipates.
That actually happened
in their pattern
in the show?
Yes. So yeah, that's
okay.
So I mean, the Stargate is essentially a teleporter. So
okay.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's what I give. This is such. You're gonna think I'm so lame. I don't know why I'm telling this. After I went into film and television and all that bull, there came a point where the TV station I was working for went defunct. It got bought out and they went the other direction, fired everybody, and I was part of the people that got fired. And I was like, man, working at a television station sucks anyway. I don't want to do that. I want to try to make movies, but don't know how to do that, and I'm a dumbass. So I think I'll go on another career path. And so I was like watching Stargate one time, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to join the Air Force because they got Stargates. This is a true story, by the way.
That was an actual thought?
That was an actual thought. No, and I did. Not officially, but I went through college and I took college course, went ROTC, uniform dog.
How old are you when you
24, 25. I used to come in my uniform. Don't you remember that?
No, I don't.
I used to come because I'd have to go in the uniform at the TCU because that's where they had it. And then on my way home, because you guys were on the way home, I'd just stop in and play video games or whatever, and I'd still be in uniform. I was a good year and a half.
I just remember the copy version.
It was a good anyway. Yeah, it was a good year and a half, and I was studying up. I was like, I was thinking,
Wait, hold on. Back up slightly. If you don't
Okay.
mind. Why exactly were you convinced that the Air Force had teleportation technology?
I'm being a little facetious, but I know that
This was before you came up with the theory that they killed you, though, huh?
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So-
No, absolutely. I didn't really. Look, I've heard stories of like there actually being like Stargate was actually based on actual real like stuff that was kind of I guess floated out there as a kind of like a soft disclosure. You know how they do like these soft disclosure things? Well, kind of like how E.T. or Spielberg was given the idea for like E.T. and Close Encounters. No, not E.T. Yeah, Close Encounters.
Close
As
Encounters.
sort of like a soft disclosure sort of thing. So I'm like, okay, maybe, and I know that you're definitely going to be out of focus leaning forward like that. And I realized that yes, the Air Force is dabbling in some kind of like esoteric technology, whether it's Stargates or UFOs or something like that. They got something there, and I want to be a part of it. So I was convinced. So I was like, you know what, I'll actually do pilot stuff. So I signed up for the Civil Air Patrol and all that stuff. Got a flight suit. Was going to start doing the whole flying thing because my grandfather actually flew C-17, not C-17s. What was it?
You should have
C-130s.
said, what type of clearance do I need to see the alien bodies? That's what I want.
Oh, that's what I want. Well, yeah. That's
At the recruiter's office?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, sure.
Well, my grandfather was in the Air Force, and he flew, and it's like, you know what? Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to kind of do that too, and see alien technology. Sign me.
But
up.
did your granddad ever see anything?
No. But he wasn't like he was enlisted. He wasn't an officer. I was going to be officer. I was like, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to have to be an officer.
He's a
clear.
pilot, though, right?
No, he was a pilot. He just flew in. He flew like he was part of the pilot. He's part of the flight crew,
Okay.
but not actual pilot.
Yeah, but what about like Chicago? I mean, the O'Hare, they had that big sighting of the UFO. They people on the ground saw it. A bunch of people saw it.
Right.
You don't have to be a pilot to have seen this stuff.
No, I know that. But what I'm saying is, like, I wanted to be. I thought being a pilot was cool because my grandfather did. I was
No,
like,
I get that.
You have to actually have a field or whatever. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll do that as my field. Eventually thinking that I'd be badass enough to where they're like, all right, show this guy the UFOs.
You can
Hey, look. You can dream, can't you?
He thought he's gonna be a maverick.
Yeah, me.
He would ended up being Parkins.
Hold on, I gotta. Yeah, that's exactly what Porky's was.
So it didn't pan out. It didn't pan out because I ran out of money and they kicked me out of college. So you need to pay your tuition, unfortunately, and I didn't have any money to pay tuition anymore.
So
So if that had, which sucks because that could have been like I could be on this podcast right now being like disclosing actual stuff. I could be one of those people in Congress. Man, look, was one time I shot down 17 enemy pilots, which was strange because I only had 5 missiles, but I made it happen. And then they were like, this guy's a badass, show him the UFOs. That's literally the reason. This guy's a badass, show him the UFOs. And so I went down there, I saw all the UFOs, and this is what I saw. I could be right now talking about that, but I'm just a bum who saw ghost hands.
So no, the fact that you thought the Air Force had Stargate technology doesn't make me think you're an idiot. There's plenty of other things that would go before that.